And we are live. What's going on, everybody? It's been a bit since I've streamed. It's been, I feel like it's been like 3 weeks or something. Every time I go to my YouTube studio, it shows like the last like 3 things I've uploaded or done. Usually there's a stream in there. There's no stream in there. We're gonna have to fix that. Let me send this over to the Discord. Also, let me change it so you're not just staring at my face. Today we're gonna be talking about some Call of Duty news. That's what the stream is. In case you were confused. Just got a notification. Where am I going? What's going on, RK? Why? I think that's a word. What's going on, RK? Durka, bruh. What's going on? S tier Weirdo Skin. Yeah, man. I don't know that I'll ever do the whole dumb Call of Duty skin awards show anymore, but damn, dude, do I want to put together like the Avengers of Weirdo skins, man? There's just too many of them. What's going on, Deadly? Train Leader, welcome. So, Call of Duty, unlike them, they're actually putting content in the game. It's crazy, right? They revealed today the new season. New season's coming next week. I believe a week from today, or actually, wait, hold on. It should say, right? 28th? Tuesday, actually. Tuesday's the new season. And they put out some news, and I'm going to be honest. I have some mixed feelings about this season. We'll get into it here in a minute, but it's... I don't think... Look, like it's impossible to have, like, a perfect season, right? And, of course, we have to see a lot of this shit before, like, saying, like, it's good or bad. But just, like, the amount of stuff and what that stuff is... I'm noticing the same patterns over and over, and I'm starting to get tired of it. By all means, though, I do still enjoy the game, and I'm looking forward to this content, but I'm a little like, why wasn't this shit there at launch? That's kind of where I'm at right now. How are you guys feeling? For those of you, I assume if you're here, you've already seen the roadmap or something like that. How are y'all feeling about this update so far as what we can see? I, for some reason, can't get my dashboard to work. There we go. Okay. Sorry. Inside Baseball. Hey, Replay. You ready for COD to re-release previous bundle and resell it? Are they? What does that mean? Oh, you mean like something that was in like Warzone previously? Because that happens all the goddamn time. Okay, now what is this weird unshakable feeling that the tomb is going to suck? Really? The tomb is the only part of this that I'm like 100% in for. The Terminator from Vanguard, that's what you're saying. It's a different skin though, right? I know I'm skipping like way ahead, but Valentin is talking about the Terminator skin. Strange enough, like at first when I saw this is going to be a dumb fucking question. This is supposed to be Arnold, right? When I saw this, I was like, oh, are they making a new Terminator with, like, a different guy? Is this, like, you know, whoever plays Indiana Jones now or some shit? Like, Lad, thank you so much for the re-up to member. Man, I appreciate it. We know it's 50 characters now. You got to figure out what to do with it. That is Arnold. It doesn't look like him in this angle. Like, it definitely does here. I can see Arnold. It might just be because this is, like, 1980s Arnold. And I'm used to, at this point, 2025 Arnold, who is, I think he's still pretty in shape, but he definitely doesn't look like this, you know? Excited for the new maps? Hell yeah. Yeah, so, all right, let's go all the way up here. Let's start at the beginning. We got the roadmap. First of all, they didn't put the roadmap up here. Kind of had me guessing. Instead, they put the roadmap down here. I'm sure you've seen the roadmap by now. I will say when I first like took a look at it. Oh my lord, I can't even do that. I just want to zoom in on it quick. When I first, excuse me, copy image address. Can I not zoom in on fucking... All right, there we go. Whatever. That's close as we get. When I first looked at the roadmap, I do this all the time. I scan through the roadmap and I look at like what I'm excited to know more about. You know, you see through here. Oh, okay. There's a new map called Bounty. I wonder what that is. I'm not really getting anything from this image. You know, yada yada. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Grind is back. That's awesome. You know. And I came down to the game modes. I'm one of those people. I love new game modes. I think that's like the biggest like thing keeping the game fresh for me. Like maps are nice as well. But I think modes are like an easy number 2, right? And so I saw these modes. They have gun game, fantastic. Love gun game. I'll talk more about that in a second. They also got a new game mode called Overdrive, and they have, you can barely read it, Couples Dance Off and Third Wheel Gunfight. Open image and new tab. Yeah, when I do that, it just does this and it shows all of my downloads, and I don't want people to know my downloads. I hope there wasn't anything bad on that just now. But anyway, I looked at these 4 game modes and I was like, oh hell yeah, I can't wait to learn more about them. They're not great. I'm gonna be real. We'll get into them in a minute, but that was my biggest disappointment here. I'm cool with the amount of maps that we got. Warzone, I'm not a Warzone player. If I was, I would be. I'm very worried right now about Warzone. I think they're gonna continue to lose players. I hope that they gain some and that Verdansk really turns things around. To be honest, I don't have a lot of faith in that, though. Zombies-wise, it seems like we're cooking good. Weapons and all that. I'll get into this more in a bit. Jaren, member for 14 months as well. Oh, shit. You guys have the same anniversary. You're right about the characters. Like, Seer. I'm sorry. I really wish I could change it. I believe what denotes that is the cost of the membership. So if you want more characters, I need to raise the price of the membership. And so like I can do that if you want to, but I don't want to charge you guys that much. So anyway, but weapons I'm looking forward to. Operators, they're operators. They look a little weird, but it's whatever. Let me catch up on chat real quick before we really dive into everything. I like some of the limited time modes. Squid Games is pretty worked out. Overall, I stopped playing COD after I got everything last season. And that's a perfectly healthy thing to do. And I think they really shot themselves in the foot by having such a long first season. They've done that like 2 or 3 times now in the recent games. That's why people drop off, is because they get through all the content in like 2 months. I shouldn't even say 2 months. A lot of people get through the content in like 3-4 weeks, you know? And then it's still another, I think season 1 was like 12 weeks or something like that. 10 weeks. Let's see. And so people drop off all the time. I don't care to buy any skins since I already paid $90 for the game. Yeah, I'm not a skin guy. Let me know. I really hope the stream is stabilized. I don't know why I'm getting an error right now. I'm hoping I'm still live. We'll see. I guess. Oh, don't worry. We're gonna member Dono story arc eventually, where I figure out what to type. Ooh, that's a good idea. Every month, do like another sentence of a story. I like that. I'm eager to get my mitts on the new weapons and try the new zombies perk. Oh yeah. That's the thing. It is an older perk. I shouldn't say older. It's still one of the newest perks that we've had. Its Death Perception is coming back. Love it. Fantastic map. Best thing that BO4 ever did, and you can quote me on that. Yeah, it's still not quite new, which again I'll get back to in a minute. I didn't see anything, but you're good. Some websites require downloads for privacy. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I was downloading stuff for a video that comes out tomorrow, so like it's no spoilers, I guess. All right, let's jump into it. So first of all, this is a new operator. They put the operators at like the tail end of this thing. First things first. New multiplayer maps. We've got 2 6v6 on launch, 1 strike on launch, and then afterwards we're getting another strike and another. A 6v6 remake. The first new one on launch is called Bounty, and I believe this is the one on the skyscraper, right? Wait. Oh, no, this is Bounty. Okay, this is just announcing the maps. That's a picture of a different map. This is Bounty. It is a medium-sized map taking place on a skyscraper. In Avalon, you're going to notice a trend here. I believe every map, save maybe Grind, I haven't looked into Grind yet, is on Avalon, which, you know, I go back and forth. Neither of these, like, maps really aesthetically, like, shoot out from, like they both kind of look samey, is kind of what I'm getting at. We'll see how it plays. Layout-wise, it reminds me of, like, Hotel Royal from Vanguard is my initial response. This is the first time I'm actually, like, looking at the top-down, honestly. Fairly symmetrical. It is actually similar to Hotel Royal on top of a skyscraper. I think I read through the description here. There's really nothing crazy. They're just describing story and lore and stuff. One thing that they mentioned in here, though, if I can find it, let's see, something about glass. They shoot the glass out from underneath your enemy's feet on the skylight. So that's like a nice little, that might be like a nice little addition, a little something to make the map stand out. It is medium sized. The second one is also medium sized. So hopefully that medium, I feel like what used to be small is now medium. What used to be medium is now large, and actual large doesn't exist. That said, though, it seems about the same size as Extraction, maybe, from Season 1. We'll see. I don't think you've played Hotel Royal recently. Maybe not. But, like, I'm thinking of, like, that outer lane on the side, and then this is the inside lane, and then there's, like, a cross where there would be a bar, right? That's kind of what I'm thinking. Next up is Dealership. This one takes place in a car dealership. Strange that there's no... Wait, no. This is still... That's the other map. Jesus. Again, I keep, like, mixing maps up for some reason here. Dealership. This one takes place in and around a car dealership. It looks a lot more scattered. All over the place. We're gonna see. My thought is these maps are gonna hopefully play all right. They're probably gonna play a little bit slower than I don't know, Payback. Hopefully, because they actually have lanes and room to move around. Hopefully, I just want to infect it as a selectable game mode. Love that mode. We'll get so at some point they do mention quality of life updates. One of the quality of life updates is they're adding more slots on the quick play, not quick play filter. The featured playlist tab, which means hopefully that there will be more that like stay in featured forever. It's a little odd to me, a little strange that like that's a thing that they had to go in and fix, that like they didn't already have an unlimited amount in the code that they could just change from like 6 to 12 or whatever. A little weird. Game dev is a house of cards, I guess, but hopefully things like that will be coming with Season 2. We'll see. They haven't explicitly said that, but they have said that there will be more room for featured playlists. So hopefully Infected and Gunfight will all stay. I need double tap. Man, I don't get everyone's obsession with a double tap. I never really used it even back in the day. It felt like a waste of ammo. Lifeline is the new strike map, 2v2 and 6v6. I was very disappointed to learn that this was a strike map. I mean, I guess it's small. What else would it be? A lot of people were looking at this and thought that Hijacked was back. Again, sorry to disappoint. Instead, we got a different BO2 map. Very, very, very small map. Very long. I'm curious to see how this one's going to play outside of like Gunfight, like in face-off. Because having 6 players spawn here and spawn, like, there's not a lot of room for spawns. Which, like, I get that's the point of strike maps, but, like, you need to have somewhere for people to go. You're going to be spawning behind people. I would think that the way to play this game, or this map, would find some kind of, like... Oh, actually, wait, can you go up there? Shoot, I don't know what kind of verticality there's going to be. But if there's any, just sit on the vertical spot and watch the center of the map where people are coming from. That's all. Are Treyarch map designers scared of sniper rifles? Dude, I was thinking about this the other day. I finally started using snipers for the first time in like a while on BO6. They're so satisfying to use. I love them. There's no maps to use them on. It's fucking, it's Red Card, Lowtown, Vorkuta is really it. So many people watched the season 2 trailer and legit screamed hijacked. Right? That's the problem. Because it very much looks like this. I mean, it's in the wrong spot, but like this little fucking boat spoiler. I don't know what the hell you call this thing. That looks like the center of hijacked, you know. Would you like to see any campaign location as an MP map? I don't know. I'd have to go back through the levels to really think. A lot of them in this game have been turned into multiplayer maps, like Vorkuta, the Vault. What was the name of the newest one? Racket. That was a multiplayer map, or I'm sorry, it was a campaign level. Emergence was in my head too, but I was trying to think of like what part of Emergence. It's a very, very good mission though. I'm excited to have zombies content day one. Yeah, man, I was not expecting zombies content when they announced that a few weeks ago. I was not expecting it. Now, this is the interesting one. This one comes at the mid-season, so reloaded, so we're still about a month away from this one. This is a 2v2 and 6v6 map, it's a strike map, face-off and gunfight map called Bullet. And what I'm excited about is it appears that the actual train that you're fighting in and on top of is actually physically moving. Wasn't there a casino map similar to BO4? Still haven't played the campaign. There was. That'd be not. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. We've got to get a casino remake at some point. It seems to be on Avalon too, which is strange. Like the actual casino from the campaign, which also bears a striking resemblance to the BO4 casino, like layout wise. Although they already remade one BO4 map, I don't see them doing another one. But I don't know. We'll have to see. Let's see. The drug trip mission as a map. Oh, yeah, Emergence. But no, I'm excited for this one. I think they call it out in the description here somewhere. When things get too hot inside, try your luck via roof hatch up top. Watch your step or risk being thrown from the train. Thrown from the train implies to me that it's rolling, which is good. I love that. I love maps where like there's actual like something different is happening on these maps. I really like that. It's good. I have no idea how. Again, both this that map for the moving train, this map for its layout, it's gonna be chaos in Face Off. Not that Face Off isn't already chaos, but like it's gonna be impossible. We'll have to see. Final map is Grind, the popular BO2 DLC map. It's Grind. I like it. I don't think it would have been in my top 10 BO2 maps to be remade, if I'm being honest. Not necessarily because it's not like a top 10 BO2 map, but just like we've already seen it. And I don't know. I would have rather gotten like a Yemen or like fuck. I can't name a single other BO2 map. Cargo, maybe? I don't know. Just like it feels weird to just like keep remaking Grind over and over. Express over Grind. Express they remade in Cold War. Grind wasn't remade in Cold War, right? I'm crazy. Grind was BO4 or 3. I don't know. We'll see how it plays here. It will be cool to like drive some RCXDs around and stuff. I don't know. Standoff would be good. Standoff was remade too. How many BO2 maps have been remade at this point? Hold on. List of Black Ops 2 maps. I feel like it's everything but Yemen, Cargo, Carrier, and hold on. Let me just pull up. Let me just do this. Look at me, Mom. I can think on the fly. Uh-oh. There we go. As far as maps that haven't... Oh, Aftermath hasn't been remade. Probably won't. Cargo hasn't. Carrier hasn't. Cove, but that's a DLC map. I'm kind of not going to count DLC right now. I know we're talking about grind, but, Drone hasn't been remade. Doesn't deserve it. Hijacked has... Sorry, my chair just fucking broke. Meltdown hasn't. I don't think Meltdown deserves it. Yemen does, but it hasn't. Turbine doesn't. Studio is a remake. Standoff has. Slums has. Rush, Raid, both have been. Plaza. Ooh, you know what? I would have taken a Plaza remake over Grind again. That's just some stone cold facts for you. I also just want a night map again. That's about it. We should have gotten Rush again because Cold War set in my home state of Georgia, so it's peak. Oh, that's what it is. Is that the only map set in Georgia? We've got a couple in Virginia now, or West Virginia. Not too many BO1 maps have been remade. Yeah, man. I don't know. That might be another instance of like all the good ones have been. I'm trying to think of what hasn't been remade from BO1. Besides DLC maps are always weird. Drone was my favorite BO2 map. I don't get that at all. Uplink was my favorite BO2 map. Uplink was good. Uplink, though, was a remake of Summit. Grind was BO4. Wait. Grind was in BO3. Grind was in BO4. Was it in both? I feel like I remember it in BO4, definitely. All right. So... that's a good stream idea, going through BO1 through 4, choosing what should be remade. I kind of like that, like building our own Black Ops 2025, Could be a fun idea. I'm going to write that down. It's a solid idea. I've been trying to think of actual stream ideas that aren't just me talking about whatever new update. Build a BO game stream. Okay, we're going to get into modes here. And now, again, these maps, we'll have to see how they play. I like the number of them. I think 2 normal, 2 normal and 1 strike map on launch. I think that's good. I don't like, I feel like if we continue this pace, though, of 2 strike maps every single season, we're like, that's going to be way too many strike maps. I think, like, we've hit max here. Stop it. But for now, at least, I like that. Grid array radiation, man. I want radiation back, dude. I think radiation's too big, honestly. Array maybe as well. Wasn't Array remade at some point, though? Or am I thinking of like a COD mobile port? Black Ops Array remake. Oh, I might be thinking of Blackout. I was there. Plus all the DLC, BO1 DLC would be awesome. Just only because I never played. You didn't play BO1's DLC, Donuts? Surely you played the Zombies maps, though, by now. I'm trying to think of the DLC. Kowloon was solid. Loved Kowloon. Hotel. There was, what was... There was one that, like, there was, like, destructible snow bridges. Oh, Convoy was great. Cracked was never remade. Cracked was never my map. Anyway, we're getting distracted here. I'm sorry. Let's just start getting through here. Maps-wise, we'll see how it goes. I'm a fan of the number, at least, for now. Now we're getting into game modes. And game modes is where this goes from, like, an A season to a B season for me. It goes down one full letter grade. Because there is one brand new mode on launch. It's called Overdrive. And now I'm going to read it and then kind of like explain what it sounds like to me, I guess. Berlin Wall was solid. Yeah. Oh, and Stadium. Dude, I forgot Stadium. That was also remade, yeah. Berlin Wall, I love the middle. It had the actual no man's land. It's such a good idea. I don't know if people would like that nowadays, though. So, Overdrive is described as this. Kick into Overdrive in this charged up twist on Team Deathmatch. Teams compete to be the first to reach the maximum number of stars. Earn these stars by executing the following maneuvers. You get 1 star for basic eliminations, 2 stars for core metal eliminations, like headshots and melee attacks, 3 stars for completing distinguished metal eliminations, reserved for only the most impressive tank downs. I assume that is like your Kingslayer or Revenge metal, maybe. It's a little strange, but I guess you get the higher or the better the metal, the more stars you get between 1, 2, and 3. It seems like, and that is what actually counts towards your score. It's very odd. Now, in addition, every time that I guess you get a star, I believe this is a streak. Hold on. Rack up stars to unlock special operator abilities that will greatly aid you in battle and keep that streak going to reach overdrive. If you get eliminated or elimination timer runs out before you can take out another target, you'll start the process over again. Interesting. So it's like a kill streak, but on a timer. I actually didn't read that before. Operators attempting overdrive can expect the following improved capabilities. At 1 star, so 1 kill, you see enemies through walls and replenish your health after eliminating a new target. 3 stars, increased movement and reloading speed. 6 stars, improved hipfire accuracy and improved sprint to fire and ADS speeds. Interesting. Okay. Kind of like Specialist, but not really. Earn all 3 to activate Overdrive. This allows you to earn double the stars while eliminating enemies. So, I mean, I gotta play it, but I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't sound that interesting. Obviously, I'll reserve my final judgment. I just don't like game modes that are just like, hey, here's another game mode, but we added a little modifier on it. And, like, I don't know. I want some new shit, man. Second new game mode, new in quotes, is Gun Game. Finally, we're getting Gun Game back. Love it. No issues with Gun Game other than the fact that we've gotten Gun Game in the post-launch for the last, like, decade. I don't know why it's not there on launch. It should really be there on launch. And not after, like, most people are already through their weapon camo grinds. I would like to use Gun Game as, like, a sample platter or something, but it's finally here, at least. That's good. So those are the 2 new permanent modes. Permanent until they fucking remove them 3 weeks in. But those are the 2 standard modes. Then there's 2 new, I think there's 2 new. Yep, 2 new LTMs. I'll save you the trouble. Third Wheel Gunfight is just 3v3 gunfight. Couples Dance-Off is just 2v2 face-off. So it's just gunfight with loadouts and respawns. Again, they're just like kind of variants of existing modes. It's nothing new, nothing crazy. We'll see. Both of those are for the holiday, the Valentine's Day event, which we'll see here in a minute. This is a strange image. First of all, this is a weirdo image. This is a strange Photoshop job. I assume this is going to be a skin if I scroll down. It was going to key. Grind fan here. Grind the map or grind the method of getting camos. Can't wait to grind on grind. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, please donate to my Patreon or whatever. I don't have one. Kowloon had zip lines, but they were janky in BO1. I wonder how it would be with the new zip lines. Yeah, man. Do we have actual zip lines on any maps? Besides the zip ups on like a handful in like Lowtown. It's not there on launch because they need new things to show and they can't think of anything. Man, that's the problem. We're on this treadmill that I feel like not enough people are talking about. I guess I've been talking about it for the last 2 years. I'm on my own treadmill talking about the treadmill. Every Call of Duty game just like resets everything back down to TDM, kill confirmed, Dom, and hardpoint. And then we slowly add Infected and Gun Game and fucking CTF every 3 years or whatever. And it's like, just Put all the old shit in the game at launch, and the post-launch should be new stuff. Like, what are we doing? I'm so tired of getting excited about Gunfight. Like, yeah, I'm still excited to play it, but I would have been more excited to play a new party game, or at least one that hasn't been remade every single goddamn year. Bring back One in the Chamber, Sharpshooter, something, man. I'm sorry, I'm missing a lot of chat today. I'm really bad at reading, even though that's this entire stream. There are 3 gunfight maps exclusive to mobile: a gunfightified hard hat. That sounds interesting. Modern Mall and a Wild West town. I wonder how the rights work out for that, because I want them in the next IW Sledgehammer games. I wonder if they would do that. I wonder if they wouldn't do that because of the optics of like, hey, we're taking a mobile map that's already existed and calling it new. I also wonder if there are actual gameplay design differences between designing things for mobile players and console and PC players. Like I wonder if you did just port them, if they would play the same or if they would play properly. I have no idea. I'm just asking questions here, guys. Brand new mode looks inside souped up from MW3. Oh my god, it is. Wait a minute. It's souped up minus the cool part of souped up. I think you're 100% right. You literally get abilities. These were also tacked on to the weird Ransack LTM. In Season 1, they had Ransack, a brand new core mode, or standard mode. I don't know what the terminology is. It should have been a standard mode that like stayed in quick play. For some reason it didn't. I don't know why. I loved Ransack. But then they got rid of it, and a week later introduced Ransnack, which was the Christmas variant. But now they also had these weird, like every kill that you got, or rather every cookie that you got, moved you up a ladder to getting these abilities. I don't think there was a see-through walls one, but there was definitely increased movement, increased reload speed. I can't remember there were 3, and then maybe a bonus. I don't remember the bonus. But it was that same concept, and I don't know. It just feels weird. Again, we're just having another game mode that just has this other thing tacked on. I don't know. You tell me they can add gun game, but not the ballistic knife. Ballistic knife will be season 4. That's my guess. Mark my words. Yeah. So that's game modes. Game modes to me, I like. That's the stuff that I look forward to, and there's not a lot in there, and I don't like that. But that's okay, because what I do like, although I have very similar complaints about, additional gameplay content. These are perks, wildcards, and score streaks. As far as new perks, there's one called Slipstream. It's an enforcer perk. Oh, and perk slot 3. I didn't actually read that before or internalize it. What is that? What is that competing against? I'll have to look at that in a minute. But what this does is raises your base sprint speed at the cost of removing tax sprint. Honestly, I really, really like this perk, and I'll tell you why I like this perk, why I already know that I'm going to like this perk, and that's because I really liked this perk last year in Modern Warfare 3, where they already had it. Why wasn't that at launch? I don't know, but it's here now, and I'm happy. Strange that it took us this long, though, but here we go. Second new perk, Hunter's Instinct. I actually don't remember this one. Eliminating an enemy marks the next closest enemy. This feels cheesy to me. What do y'all think? I don't know what marking means. Like mark a live ping on them, or just mark like on the mini map, or like how we feeling? Again, giving back stuff to the players because no new ideas. But there's got to be new ideas, right? Like, I can come up with ideas. I don't know. You tell me that there's so many people. I think it live pings them. I kind of don't like the live ping. It's in perk slot 2. Again, red. It's interesting. Ping on minimap probably. I guess we'll have to see. I think if it's just a ping on a minimap and it's just a quick, I think I'm fine with that. I'm worried though that this is going to just become like the new recon specialty, where like everybody's getting just turned on with this shit, you know? Highlights them through walls, gives you recon wall hacks per kill. God, please no. And then the wild card. This is an actual like brand new thing that I really, really like. Fly Swatter. And what that does is it's a wild card that replaces your dedicated melee with a launcher. Love it. I've said it a couple of times, I think on stream. I wrote it into a video at some point. I don't think I ever made the video. I've been saying for a bit that launchers, like there should be an option for a lock-on only launcher to be like your field order or field upgrade. Like I think that would be like I don't know, a good compromise and a good like way of getting people to actually shoot down streaks. I think this might even be better. I love this. I never use my melee weapon for the most part, besides like just to run fast. So I'm probably gonna put this on a lot of classes, but the trade-off is, you know, I can't use gunfighter or perk read or whatever the fuck else other wild cards I would ever use. High roller I've been using, the one that gets you a 4th kill streak. I love it. I have no notes except it's coming in season. God damn it. Also, new score streak. New is in quotes. It is the War Machine. 1,300 score. That seems like a lot. We'll see how powerful it is, though. Let's see. They exploded an impact. This was the weird part. I think, Lad, you were talking about in the Discord. War Machine comes equipped with 30 rounds firing in 3-round bursts. I didn't realize it has 30 rounds. So you can fire this thing 10 times. We'll see how powerful it is. It could be wildly OP or it could be wildly not. We'll have to see. I like that it's there. And I also like, when was the last time that we saw the War Machine? Like BO4 maybe? The when it was a specialist ability? I'm trying to think if it was in Cold War. Regardless, it's been a while. And it also has like this weird sight on it that I don't think you can actually use. I thought there was another picture of it somewhere. Oh, it was in Cold War. Okay. Wait, it was in Vanguard? Was it actually in Vanguard, Lad? I don't remember that at all. I stopped playing Vanguard very, very quickly. Not gonna lie, though. Then we get into quality of life updates. I like them. we'll read through them. Challenge tracking and near completion. Manually track up to 10 calling card challenges and 10 camo challenges per mode. Easily keep track of them. If you have fewer, then yada yada. I'm not going to go through all this. You can pause and read if you want like the minutia on it. But you can there's finally camo, or rather challenge tracking when you pause the game. Again, something that MW3 had last year. Again, I'm very happy that it is back. But there is a certain level of like, we need to like, Call of Duty needs to figure this shit out. Because it's just like, we are moving forward. The games are getting better and better, I think, in terms of like, they're moving in at least a direction. I shouldn't even say better. They're moving forward, but it's a strange thing where like one game will take 10 steps forward, but then the next game will come out and they'll start 5 steps back. And they'll still take 10 steps forward, but then the next game will do another 5 steps back. And so in 3 games, you're only actually progressing 10 steps, if that makes any sense. Like, they're constantly having to redo the same shit over and over again. And I hope that that's no longer the case going forward. I know at some point it was leaked that, like, Activision was, like, mandating this kind of, like, telling the devs to, like, stop innovating, like, things like the UI and, like, so some other like more global stuff, and like a separate team would handle that, and the devs only had to worry about content or something like that. Maybe that'll solve it, because all of this shit will be in its own little box. We'll have to wait and see, but man, I'm starting to get really tired about that. That's it though. Again, a welcome change. Love it. Love that it's here. I don't love that it's taken this long. Let's see. It was only 5 kills, but that seems kind of low. Really? I was a glide bomb guy though. Yeah, the hand cannon I think was also in Vanguard, wasn't it? Also, one thing that I love that I've been asking for since the beginning: unique HUD options per mode for multiplayer and zombies. Love that. It's been to the point I don't generally like the mini map in zombies. I like my own HUD, but because it keeps because up until now it's consistent. So when I turn off the mini map in zombies, it turns it off in multiplayer, and I have to manually change it every time that I swap between modes. I just said fuck it, and I've just been playing zombies like a scrub with the default layout this whole time. So I'm glad that I'm gonna finally be able to change my HUD preset finally, and not have it constantly changing. Or rather, not have to constantly change it. Remember in past games when Care Package would show you what kill streak you got and you could swap it with Engineer or something? Missed that. Oh, you know what? I didn't even notice that was gone. But you're right. That's been gone for a bit, I think. They should make Warzone 5 and remove everything BO6 introduced. Now you're thinking with portals. I like it. They should just stop Warzone. They turn it into anything else. I made a whole video on it. I'm not gonna rehash it. The RCXD was kind of a field upgrade in Vanguard. Oh yeah, that little tank thing. I forgot that was a field upgrade. Some other general quality of life updates: reduce collision with teammates to improve maneuverability around tight spaces and doorways. I'm really glad to see, or rather, I'm really looking forward to seeing how Stakeout plays after this, because obviously it's terrible there. Weapon balance pass, which I'm sure we'll get patch notes for on Monday or Tuesday next week. Further reducing weapon motion while jumping, sliding, and diving with a dexterity perk equipped. Okay. Improving player visibility and kill confirmed by reducing the height of dog tags. To be honest, I never really had that issue, but cool. A positive change, I guess. Simplifying and or expanding requirements for several calling card challenges and fixing bug challenges. That's also welcome. There are a couple. I'm working on one right now that requires hit, fire, dive kills. I hope that one gets fixed because it's 50 hit, fire, dive kills. And it's like, I got to kill them well in the air. This is fucking impossible. I have like 6 out of 50. Expanding the number of featured playlist slots to allow for more marquee playlists on the main menu. Marquee playlists. What does that mean in this context? What does marquee context mean? What? Definition. Well, this doesn't help me at all. I'm going to assume that's like permanent playlists. Let's see. That reminds me, I turned on health bars back on in Zombies and wondered how the fuck I played with it on. Can you still not split how you could in Cold War? You could split and only see health bars for like elite and special zombies, right? That's not an option anymore. Because if so, I would do that. I really don't know why you'd ever need to know how much health like a regular ass zombie has, but I get it for bigger, for abominations and shit, Let's see. It's probably because I'm bad, but dead drop should be a staple going forward. What is dead drop? I cannot remember dead drop. I'm assuming that's something from Vanguard. Or are you talking about dead drop like DMZ dead drop? Can't wait for them to say we removed Ricochet and enabled easy anti-cheat. Yeah, but it's the same exact thing under the hood. At this point, I'm being like 85% serious here. What they need to do is remarket Ricochet. No one will ever like Ricochet anti-cheat as long as it's still called Ricochet anti-cheat, right? Even if they keep the exact same everything but just change the name to something else, I think a lot of people like it'd be placebo effect. I think a lot of people would be like, It's good now. It's a little bit better. I think that like the idea of like people hear Ricochet anti-cheat and they immediately go, that's bad. That's a bad anti-cheat. So even if it's getting any better, they're like, it's already soured. You know what I mean? Not saying that they shouldn't make any changes to anti-cheat at all, but like I think going forward, like at some point they're gonna have to do new anti-cheat. Like they can't keep Ricochet forever. It's just not gonna work. Just curious, have you ever used the morphine injector and actually got a kill while down? It's almost impossible, dude. I haven't. I think I used it once because it was on a default class. I don't remember if I got any kills with it. I really haven't used it a lot. But also I haven't been killed by anyone using it, so that makes sense to me. It fits. I don't think you can split health bars. I would do that for bosses like amalgams and bombs. Yeah, it was something that you could do in Cold War, but if I remember right, unless they like fixed it and I didn't see the patch note, can't do it here, which kind of sucks. But baby steps. We got separate multiplayer and zombies HUDs, so that's something. It was a field upgrade in Vanguard with the longest recharge time. It lets you keep your streak going when you died. It sounds OP, but it was really risky because you had to get your next streak. Interesting. I forgot about that, but it does kind of ring a bell. I do hope that with the amount of new wild cards and shit that they're adding, that they do add some more like I would love a wild card that was like turning your score streaks into like Cold War or like support streaks, where like you can die and keep that streak going, similar to like what you're saying with Dead Drop, but just instead of being a field upgrade and like having to activate it, it would just be like I would think that they would put it on a wild card. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, I'd like that option for sure. I'm all for options. And then just kind of balance it from there. Because they stacked and it charged very fast. Oh, oops. Let's see. I wish Season 3 would give us a campaign expansion or future season. I mean, they will. It'll just come in November in the form of a $70 game. That's all. All right. Then they talk about ranked play. I'm not a ranked play guy. I'm gonna slowly scroll past this. So if you want to read, if not, it's on the Call of Duty website. Go check it out for yourselves. It doesn't seem like anything really new anyway. Just new seasonal skins and stuff. Now we're getting into zombies. So I don't usually like a ton of spoilers to zombies, so I'm not going to go through like every single like breakdown of every area. I usually like to kind of just enter the map not fully knowing like a lot of it. But we'll go over the highlights and everything. First of all, it's called The Tomb. Easy peasy. It's not in German this time. It's just The Tomb. Looks really fucking cool. As you can see, there's daytime, and then we'll see maybe as we read if they do reveal anything like this. There is like a dark ether version, which looks really freaking cool. In this enthralling new adventure, follow in the footsteps of a doomed explorer and explore a long-forgotten dig site while seeking out a door to nowhere. A door to nowhere. So I assume that this is nowhere. I'm assuming that's a door to this place, wherever the hell this place is. I'm not a big lore guy. Ranked play SpongeBob stink sound. I should get a soundboard just for that. I want Oh my god, Wanderlust is a wild card. Dude, see, they have creative ideas in the past that they could still be calling upon. They don't have to keep calling upon the same greatest hits. Call upon some shit from fucking forever ago. Wanderlust was fantastic. Wanderlust, if you don't know, was a perk in World War II that every time that you changed weapons, you would just be given a random gun. That's so fun. That's such a fun idea. Shangri-La subscription. Description. Yeah, no, the Explorer is very. It has obviously Origins vibes because it's a dig site. But also kind of reminds me of 9 from BO4. You know, like it has all these like inside catacombs and tunnels and shit. I'm really interested. They described this at some point as a map similar to Liberty Falls. So I took that to mean like a more simpler and streamlined kind of thing. While Terminus was a little bit more expansive and had, you know, like the boat and you drive around and shit. And then even Citadel, well, not that same scale, it was kind of linear almost. Like you very much go in like a straight line through that map. I took that to mean like this is a lot more of like a circular kind of tight layout. We'll see. Obviously they don't have a top down or anything. But I'm hoping that turns out to be true. Reminds me of that one Avalon location. Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, this part looks cool. This kind of reminds me of the Crazy Place. I wonder if that's actually part of the lore from Origins. Doorway to Nowhere and the Dark Ether Nexus. Oh, that's what this is called. Dark Ether Nexus. Looks really rad. Oh, this is the door. Take your expedition deeper. Seek out the Doorway to Nowhere and a bunch of other shit. I wonder if they actually write anything out here or if they're just like, you know, copy, paste, a bunch of bullshit. Earlier they would bring back the Pines map from Cold War, probably the best looking map ever in my opinion. I had that idea the other day of like, what if they had a map like the Pines that it's like it's the same location, but it changes for every single for every game to be updated to that like year. So like that mall I think would be a good example because like in the 80s it would look distinctly different probably than in the 90s, right? Like the culture shifts and then maybe they do another one in like 2006 or 7 or something and now like you kind of see the same area throughout the years. Kind of like Nuketown, but not really like Nuketown. Like Nuketown like moves around a lot and isn't like just a location. I think something like that'd be interesting, you know. They like retexture it every time to update into the new era. Might be interesting. I don't know. I did see this mentioned on the comments section of Donut's latest video, but it'd be nice if Ravenov or maybe even Peck became playable as part of the crew. Imagine the amount of dialogue. Yeah, I kind of expected that, like, each... Let me scroll back up to the crew. So this is still the main crew, and then we have, like, the secondary characters that talk over the radio. I was kind of low-key expecting, like, every season or, like, every new map for, like, one of them to be subbed out or something, and, like, you just add another one to the crew. I don't know. Like, that is probably a big logistical issue, and, like, I don't know. It'd be interesting, but I don't know. I think at this point we're pretty much just stuck with this crew, which, I mean, I like the crew, but yeah. My face went no Blanchard. Yeah, where the fuck is Blanchard at? He's survived. Like, he's got to come back at some point. This is the guy, again, I haven't been following the story at all. I don't even think I saw the Citadel final cutscene. This is the guy from Liberty Falls, right? Like, he's coming into the fold now? Or just like a random guy. Playable Raptor 1 would be fucking awesome. Technically, you play as Raptor 1 every time that you call in a chopper gunner. I guess no, you don't. You probably play as Strauss, right? Raptor 1 is flying. Strauss is the one probably gunning then. Also, small thing. Can we use some exfils that isn't just Raptor 1 picking us up? Like, I would love to see some exfils like old school, like BO3 and World at War zombies modded maps where, like, you just go to a door. It's like, oh, this is the exit door, and maybe you have to defend the door, or like, oh, there's a truck. We're all gonna pile into the truck. Like, change up that exfil animation because, like, it is starting to get a little like, all right, we're just gonna keep helicoptering around. I don't know. Oh, Panos is in Liberty Falls. Okay. Exfil, but you escape into a dark ether portal. Love it. Yeah, something like that. It'd be fantastic. It's not the guy. Yeah, it ain't him. All right, so I'm 100% wrong. Oh, well. One of these days I'll get through the story. I still haven't played Citadel's Easter egg. That map for me just didn't hit. I don't know what it was. I really wanted to like it, but every time that I load up zombies, I just want to play Terminus or Liberty Falls. I just don't vibe with that map for some reason. Let's see. Man, it's so nice to be actually playing a COD game that gets good post-launch support. Cries and not playing MW3. We'll see what the quality is like on these. To me, also a big thing. I said it before, but one very important thing is how long is this season going to be? Hopefully, it's a lot shorter than season 1. This amount of content, I think, is good for a 2-month season, right? 1 month and then the mid-season. I do think that we'll get into LTMs in a minute. I do think that the LTMs seem to be kind of lacking, or the events rather seem to be kind of lacking. We'll see when they actually do release. But it definitely isn't enough if it's going to be another fucking three months like the first season. Like that shit was crazy. What about Vanguard's exfil of Touch the Stone? Man, that sounds great. If only I played Vanguard Zombies. Final map exfil, Raptor 1 is tragically killed, but Chad Blanchard shows up in a spaceship. Oh, dude, you just spoiled the ending of BO6 for everybody. God damn. Love the exfil from D Machine Easter egg where you had to get to the spot with all the lightning in your way. I loved that too until I got all the way to the end, all the way to the Easter egg. During that challenge, what was it? During that challenge where I had to change my button layout every single time. I did challenge where every 5 rounds I had to completely remap my controller, and I think that was the one that I did the entire Easter egg. Got to the very end, like the goal was to run through the main quest. Got to the very end to that section, and then forgot how to mantle, or rather, I forgot how to do something. Accidentally mantled into one of those electric things and died. So for that reason only, I don't want something like that back. Because fuck those little blue balls. That's weird. I'm willing to run through Citadel if you want to do it one stream. Yeah, maybe. We have directed mode at this point, so I can probably just run it directed even. Imagine if Blanchard became a playable character. Honestly, he should at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point he becomes an operator. Hey, what's going on, Gordorokos? Yeah, all right. So new zombies map. It's looking good. I'm hoping to see it be good. That's about it. New enemy, Shock Mimic. In other words, just another goddamn mimic. I don't like mimics. But we'll see how they are here. As far as I'm aware, right, we haven't had mimics in this game yet, so maybe they rebalanced them. We'll see. Often disguising themselves as useful items, these shocking creatures break out of the illusion on approach, grabbing victims, but with their tentacles and razor-sharp claws. I am remembering, though, mimics were actually in the campaign. Or rather, a mimic was in the campaign. Pulling them in for an electrifying bite. This hits harder than expected, and the distortion camouflage the shock mimic emits disrupt your radar as well as your eyesight. Ooh, I kind of like that. It's kind of like a screamer back in the day. It kind of stuns you almost. It's gonna be insane if Treyarch manages to put out a zombies map every season. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I was not expecting this. The rumors going into even season 1. When they announced that Season 1 Reloaded was going to get the first DLC map, everyone was kind of surprised. But they were like, okay, that's cool. And then everyone, even leakers and shit, were all like, don't expect the next one until Season 3 at the earliest or something. So I was prepared for Season 2 to be a game mode or something. I was actually kind of getting excited at the idea of maybe they'll put out a classic mode or something where the point system is back to normal and it's no HUD and this and that. You start with a pistol. But then no, then they announced no, there's a new one coming. Not even in Season 2 Reloaded, which is then where you would expect it. That's usually where they do, like maps and raids and shit. But no, it's coming launch of Season 1, or Season 2, like, straight up 5 weeks later. Or 6 weeks later, whatever that math is. Which is crazy. I'm hoping that that's a good sign, that they have a lot of maps. We'll also see a lot of people think that this map might be, because they compared it to Liberty Falls, it might also be a simpler map, right? There might not be like a final boss. It might be like a Liberty Falls kind of just like, you know, defeat the horde sort of thing. We'll have to see. Honestly, though, even if it is a simpler map, if they did one every single season, but like every other season was a simple map, I think I'm fine with that. To be honest, I probably play Liberty Falls more than any other map. I'm a simple guy, you know? So, like, for me, it'd be good. I'd be curious to know, like, what, like, real zombies players like in that community. I'm sure it's split like everything else, but I'd be cool with it. Glad to see my favorite YouTube channel for all COD-related news, gameplay, tips, and tricks. I don't think I've given anyone even a single tip ever about Call of Duty. Besides, don't ever get excited about Call of Duty. Never be excited about Call of Duty. That's my one tip. Because if you're excited, you'll be let down. If you're not excited, then you're like, hey, that's cool when something happens, you know? They don't need to know that. Those shock mimics are better than the ones in Modern Warfare Zombies. Those sucked. Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about. Also because I think amalgams are also on the map. It's a little weird because amalgams and mimics both have that grab attack. I think there's been footage of both of them on the map at the same time. I'd be fine if like they swapped off or something. You know it's a mimic round or it's an amalgam round. But if they're both on there, both like playing tug of war with you, that's a little much, you know. Let's see. The inhabitants of the tomb represent a swath of laborers, worshippers, and armored guards. Oh, these are just zombies. They're just talking about like the models of zombies. Let's see. New wonder weapon, Staff of Ice. It's the ice staff. It's looking cool. I wonder if we're gonna get any other staffs throughout the DLC. That might be interesting. I wonder if it plays into the story at all. But it does seem like a weird one. Like, why the ice staff would they bring back? I mean, I like it. Don't get me wrong. But I was more of a lightning staff guy in the back in the day. That was my shit. I'm a real zombies player and loving the balance of complicated and simple maps in BO6. That's good. Yeah, I mean, I'm all for variety. That's like the one thing that I am always saying about any fucking game is like, I want more variety. Even if like there's like, it's worth one or two stinkers if not every single thing is the same. If not every map plays the same. If not, like, you gotta break a few eggs to make a good omelet, you know? I'm just mixing up metaphors today. Big missed opportunity this season to have a Tomb Raider crossover. Oh, damn. Yeah, if they brought that one back. I need you to tag 3 big thunder gun dudes. I need you to tag 3 dudes with the biggest thunder guns. What? I will say I really wished the thunder gun was on this map. Thunder gun's my favorite wonder weapon, maybe. Scavenger's also up there. And the Wonder Waff. I'm not going to get distracted here. The Tomb additional content. Wait, what is this? Oh, this is just the main quest stuff. You'll earn a wonder weapon skin, as well as 5,000 XP and a calling card. Woo, calling card! There's an arrow trap. Oh, more Shangri-La looking shit. Let's see. Etheric lanterns. Oh, this was the other thing. Dark ether chandeliers and light sources give off a pale glow over their surroundings. With correct projectile and aiming confidence, you can use these dynamic hazards to rain down etheric fire, damaging anything that shambles through the flames. That's interesting. So they're just like in the world, kind of like the dark ether crystals, but they're up high and they rain fire. Rain in the Fire, as the song says. Actually, I think it's Breathe in the Fire, isn't it? Regardless, interesting idea. Sounds cool. Or audio logs, documents, yep, shit like that. New gameplay content. Here we go. Death Perception. Again, I love Death Perception. Solid. Again, best thing that BO4 did. I'll say it one more time for those in the back. Solid perk. Does it not feel though like we're again on a treadmill here? Like we're getting the same stuff over and over and over and over and over and over. Like it's gun game. It's Death Perception. It's the perk that lets you sprint and not tax sprint. Like I can't be the only one who's feeling deja vu here. I'm glad that it's back. Fantastic. Great. I would have liked to see something new though. I don't know what that is. It's possible that like with perks they've run out of shit that like they can do. But yeah, one returning, one new. I like something like that. Yeah. I can see though like how they may have maxed out with perks. Like I don't know what else you do. I don't know what else you can do. But yeah. You got augments. Nothing really crazy here. Spot items others can miss from loot containers. So I guess extra loot. Is kind of where it comes into play. New gobblegums. There's 3 new gobblegums. Dead drop. Oh, we're talking about something else called dead drop before. But dead drop, which drop rates of salvage and equipment are greatly increased for 5 minutes. Modified chaos, which reduces all ammo mod cooldowns for 2 minutes, and Quacknarok, which gives zombies these little things. I like it. I like the whimsicals. They're fun. Let's see. The design doesn't really fit the map either. It's a centuries-old tomb of rock and mummies, and it's got some weird steampunk staff. The designs don't match. What? I don't know. Maybe it's my like Origins bias. Like I think it fits. Like it's a dig site where they were. Hold on. Let me see some of this other shit. I don't know. I think it's close enough and it works. To be honest, that really didn't stick out to me at all. And like it works because like it's the Origins thing, right? Banana Colada. What did Banana Colada do? I can't remember. From modded maps. This perk doesn't need to exist when Vulture 8 exists. It's basically the same thing. Death Perception did in Cold War, except you see the loot. Yeah, they probably could have combined them. Using the augments, but then like you would have to choose one augment to get it. I don't know. It's just PhD slider. Oh, okay, I thought so, but all right. The War Machine comes into zombies. Directed mode comes soon. New quality of life updates. Co-op pause. Didn't know that we would ever get co-op pause. I like that though. AFK kick loadout recovery. So if you get kicked, you can rejoin and keep your loadout. To be honest, I did not know that zombies didn't have that, but that's cool that it does. Now we're getting into Warzone, and usually I skip right over Warzone because I don't play it. I'm not going to because there's almost nothing in it, so there wouldn't be much of a point. Warzone, they talked about Warzone. They kind of pushed a lot of content to Season 3 because they really want to focus on tightening up the gameplay, I guess, which is good. That's fine. That's great. They also talk about Ricochet a little bit here. Another big part of it. That's cool. Again, I'm not a Warzone player. If I was, I would be kind of miffed. Not going to lie. I would not be playing Warzone right now. But, I don't know. The rumor right now is that Season 3 will have Verdansk at launch. That's going to bring a lot of people back. Hopefully that's enough. We'll see. I don't think it'll be enough, but maybe it will be. Honestly, again, though, they need some new modes. They need something a la DMZ in there. They need something like proper LTMs, proper other modes, other shit to do that is just fucking run through BR on Urzikstan, dude. I think genuinely that's the biggest issue right now. They added some new perks, reactive armor. I don't even know what the hell this does. Your armor will regenerate up to 50 if you haven't taken damage in the last 5 seconds. Great, I guess. This is what I want in zombies. I figured it out. I want an armor-based perk. I want a new perk in zombies. Call it fucking Armor Ale. Armor Ale. Get some. And it's based all around buffs to your armor, right? Your base armor, you no longer have to plate it. It just automatically regens with your health. That's your base. And then add some other stupid shit on top of it. You know, for the augments. Add some crazy stuff. Armor Ale. That's the new perk that I want. Death perception is cool. I want something new. Literally just take this perk. and put it in zombies. Also new perk, low profile. You're able to move more quickly while crouched and prone. Move slightly faster when down. All right, cool. Great. Awesome. Quality of life stuff. Ranked play. Awesome. And we're out. That's it. That's all of Warzone. Warzone got 2 new perks. That's rad. Let's see. Next up, we got general content. These are all the weapons and operators. Actually, a decent selection of weapons here. A lot of them are guns that we've seen in the past, but at least they're not the exact same guns, right? This is the kind of shit I'm talking about where it's like, at least they aren't literally just bringing back, I don't know, what fucking gun do they bring back every fucking year? Besides the PPSH. The PPSH has been in like 6 CODs, but it's okay. We haven't seen it in a bit. I love the fact that they're bringing some like World War II guns into it. I like when they bring older guns into games. Gonna be good. PPSH, if you haven't used it, it's a World War II fast shooting SMG. They're also bringing in the Cypher 090 or 090. It appears to be wooden. I actually don't know anything about this weapon other than it's a bullpup. They're always adding bullpups in the post-launch. Don't know what the fuck that's all about, but let's see. With excellent range, handling, and mobility, the weapon performs in a variety of engagements. With clear front-mounted iron sights, minimal muzzle smoke, and controllable recoil, this AR makes for easy target acquisition, even without an attached optic. To top it off, a fast reload reduces downtime between mags, letting you shoot straight, getting you back straight back. It's a fucking gun. I don't know, man. I thought I would mention something about this weird finish on it. Interesting. I look, I'm always saying variety, interesting looking guns. This is an interesting looking gun. I can tell this gun apart from anything else. Unless there's a camo on it, in which case we're fucked. But interesting looking gun. It's from fucking World War II. That's crazy. Interesting gun. It's wood. I don't know. Next one is the Feng 82. It is an LMG. Reminds me of the Stoner. Any gun guys in chat right now can tell me if this is the Stoner. Because it looks pretty cool. It's a low mag a low mag size LMG. Again, reminds me of the Stoner. And this is also, by the way, all 3 of these so far, I believe, are all Battle Pass. Yeah, Battle Pass page 6, Battle Pass page 8, Battle Pass page 3. It's a weird split. I have a feeling they do it that way so that you can't buy the Battle Pass and get them all at once. I don't like that practice, but oh well. Here we are. Let's see. I hope the PPSH has a 70-round mag like in Cold War. It would be good for zombies. Even if not, by default, in zombies, a lot of SMGs have like really high round mags when pack-a-punched. PP919, I think, is like that. Also, it says launch, but it's an event reward is the FAL or the TR2. I believe is a single shot, right? It's just the FAL. Yeah, semi-auto marksman rifle. Fantastic. Haven't seen the FAL in a bit. Like it. Hope this season isn't like last season where we had a bunch at the start and then nothing for months. Yeah, we'll see how long it is. My guess is one of the benefits of being on this treadmill that I keep talking about over and over again is the fact that like we kind of know what to expect. I'm expecting this season to be a lot shorter than season 1. And so my guess is it'll be 4 weeks until the midseason, and then the midseason drops with, whatever other shit, the 2 maps, directed mode, and probably another gun or 2, and then 4 more weeks. A lot better than like 6 weeks, then midseason, and then 6 more, or whatever that was. Or like 4 and then 6 or 7, and then hopefully they'll be shorter. That'd be my guess, just based off of the last few years. And since I've been on my World War II kick, getting a new weapon or skin every day for free feels so much better than playing for X amount of hours in Battle Pass, even if World War II was way more predatory. World War II, I think, had probably the better system microtransaction-wise. I mean, it still had supply drops, but at least I don't think there was anything in-game that you could buy that you couldn't grind for in some way. Maybe. I'm not sure. Let's see. Additional ordnance in Season. Season 2 offers an incredible choice of ornaments for those operators in close combat takedowns. Expect to fill your melee loadout slot with multiple additional hand-to-hand weapons coming at mid-season, plus a rip-roaring projectile ornament coming later on. Interesting. So I'm hoping this means that there is going to be even more content in the mid-season update than what is listed here. But again, don't get your expectations high. I would expect, they said additional hand-to-hand weapons. I would take additional to mean at least 2. And then an additional rip-roaring projectile armament. My guess for that is it's either ballistic knife or crossbow. We'll talk about the crossbow here in a minute. There is a new crossbow added to the game. My guess is it's going to be a ballistic knife, and there's going to be some kind of like mid-season melee-based LTM or event or something. Would be my guess for the mid-season. But we'll see. Oh yeah, it could be the buzzsaw thing. Possibly. We'll see. Attachments. So there's again some really cool attachment shit in here. There's a crossbow attachment that you can put on. I think this means all assault rifles, also the SWAT and the AEK. And I believe it's an explosive bolt, right? The 3 explosive tip bolts detonate shortly after impact. So it effectively is like a grenade launcher underbarrel, but it shoots straight. Jack crossbow kit. Whoa, shit! Was there a Jack crossbow kit in MW3? Did this already exist? Damn it. Let's see. I only say that because the regular crossbow is an underbarrel, and they say rip roaring. It's possible. My thought on the ballistic knife is that it's coming out with a bunch of other stuff. Other melee things. No Jack crossbow kit. Okay, all right. So this is new then, I guess. That's good because the next few are not new but are welcome, I think. First is a full auto mod. That's standard, but it's a full auto for the AEK. I like it. Binary trigger, which I like. I talked about this a lot. I don't remember the name of the aftermarket part last year, but in MW3 on one of the shotguns. It's a trigger that when you pull the trigger and release the trigger, it fires on both. So you can kind of bop, 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 bop. Sort of. It's very interesting to use. I really, really like it. They are adding that here, this binary trigger. However, it's for the Tonto, which is strange. Because it is usually full auto. Now it's switching to semi-auto, but it's this other thing. I'll have to see how it plays, how good it is. Seems interesting. Seems like why would they put it in the game if it wasn't going to be interesting? But we'll see. My guess would be swords, size, nunchucks, and Kali sticks. Swords is a good call because the all over the key art is katanas, or I guess a katana. So yeah, I'd be willing to bet a katana's coming at midseason. Binary trigger on the Tonto is interesting. Yeah, it's a weird choice. Wish PSG Flopper actually had an augment that increased explosive damage, like grenade launchers and explosive equipment, and the rocket launchers. That'd be interesting. I think they've been trying to like keep damage stuff out of. Well, I don't know, because they have ammo mods on Elemental Pop. My guess is they don't want to like mix too much like damage multipliers. There's already ways of increasing your weapon damage through pack punch and rarities. I would think that they wouldn't want to also muddy that with perks maybe, but I don't know. And then the last new attachment is belt fed. It is for LMGs, and what that does is it's belt fed now, so you don't ever actually have to reload. All your ammo is just there, already ready to be fired, but it can overheat. I believe this was also in MW3. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But interesting. I like the idea of it. I am really glad that they are bringing some AMP-like things in. It's interesting. I like it. Now we're getting to the events. There's 2 events that they talk about here. I don't know if there's going to be more. Actually, I think they talk about a third even. So there's at least 3, 2 that we actually have like solid details on. I don't think they mentioned LTMs ever though. The first event will be running from the 6th to the 20th. This is 1 week after the actual launch of Season 2. That's where you get that full auto mod and some blueprints. You collect skulls that are earned via eliminations in multiplayer and zombies. It's basically the trophy hunt event with the little Archies. It's that same just like kill people and pick stuff up. It is what it is. I kind of don't like that every single event, or rather every other event seems to be like that, but oh well. The second one is Shadow Hunt event. This is where you get the binary trigger that we talked about just before. Also the FAL. So the FAL really doesn't come out until the 13th. What's interesting is this one. So this one up here, the first one runs for 2 weeks. This one runs only for that second week. And for this one, it's just challenge based. Then the third event, which they don't actually say when, just it happens in March, is the St. Paddy's Day event. We'll see. There's been nothing else on this blog post talking about anything St. Paddy's Day, so it's possible that there's more content to be coming like with that, like maybe some LTMs. The fact, though, that they haven't mentioned anything about a Terminator or Shadowhunt LTM, I doubt anything's coming for them, but oh well, we'll see. And this is another one, collect 4-leaf clovers by eliminating players. That's about it. Do you think there's actually a chance Warzone breaks off on its own, or do you think it's going to stay like this? Break off on its own in what way that's like different than what we have now? You mean like without integrating like weapons and shit constantly? My hope, or maybe you mean like engine wise, like them adding Omni movement and shit like that in. Personally, I think that they should just like pick one engine and stick with it in the way that they did 2019, and then maybe every like 3 or 4 years they update it. You know. The problem is when you have 2 different games running on running with vastly different like different bases like that. I can see that being an absolute nightmare on the dev side to like actually integrate stuff. So I think it would have to be fully split or fully integrated, I think, are kind of the 2 options that they're unfortunately like left with. And I don't think either option is great. But I do think fully integrated works better than fully split. For me, I don't know. Again, though, I'm not really a Warzone guy, so I don't know. Then they talk about the Battle Pass for a bit. I'm gonna kind of skip right over some of this. There's this cool looking guy, I guess. Black Cell now this time is all orange and black instead of yellow and black from last year. So I hope you like those colors, because that's all you're going to see for the next year. Terminator bundles. We talked about these a little bit before. Seem interesting. I really like the idea of this bundle. I think there's a better picture of it somewhere. I might have already passed it. No, I think I did already pass it. What the hell? I swear there's a really good fucking picture of the Terminator without a skin before. Where the hell is he? There he is. That looks cool as shit. That's clean. I like that. I can't remember if that was in Vanguard or not. But yeah. Also, if you want to help support the fires in LA, or rather support the people stopping the fires in LA, not the fires themselves, you can buy this skin, and they donate all proceeds to it to the fire fighting effort, not the fire. They don't actually fuel the fire. That's common misconception. Other bundles, this fucking weird looking guy, and two hot women. Upgraded Black Ops 6 today, and then that's the end. That's the end of the blog post. Do not support the fires in LA. I repeat, don't do it. Yeah, so let's see. As far as this season goes, we'll have to see when it comes out. I would give this like a B-, I think. I think there's like a decent amount of content. My only gripes are that it feels, again, like we're just kind of stuck in a loop, right? Like, on here, map-wise, we have 4 new maps, 1 remake. Into modes, we have 1 new mode, 3 remake modes, or three modes that have existed before. Gameplay updates over here with perks and wildcards. We have 2 returning things, right? The perk that lets you sprint and not attack sprint, and the War Machine. 2 returning things, and then 2 new things, right? Fly Swatter and that other perk that pings enemies. So right there we got 50-50 here. Zombies map, the map is brand new, right? And that's the big part. That's the part that matters. But then you have returning perk, returning Wonder Weapon. Warzone, there's nothing new. As far as new weapons, 3 of them are old. I'll give you, I really like the fact that, like, I really like all 3 of them coming back. But again, like, it's only 1 actual new thing. And kind of the same thing even with the attachments here. Like a good 60-70% of this is stuff that is commonly remade. Stuff that, in my opinion, should be expected and should have been there at launch. I'm glad that it is in here now, but like a lot of this should have been in here 2 months ago. I don't always like the argument that people make of like, oh, it's been 4 years and this and that. But with 4 years, they should have had this stuff in here. With 4 years, what I expected and what you should have expected, what they should have done, is with 4 years, all of this shit should have been there at launch, and then post-launch is all new stuff. Because I can almost guarantee you that Gun Game was done 3 months ago. The Gun Game was finished, and they just held off on it for the next seasonal drop to pad the season out. You know what I mean? Like, we'll have to see. Again, map-wise, which I do think that like maps are like a big part of the season. Maps, you don't have that issue, right? Maps are all like really unique looking. I shouldn't say unique looking, but they are new, and with the exception of grind, I like it there. But like a lot of modes and the actual like gameplay improvements are all things that literally we had just last year. Like rewind 7 months, and like half of this shit was in the game. And that doesn't sit right with me still. We'll have to see when it actually comes out. But again, but again, I say B- because again, the maps are original. We'll have to actually play them, but like a decent amount of original maps. Also, brand new zombies map. And the guns, while a lot of them are old, I like them. And they haven't been remade to death. When was the last time that we had a foul in the game, right? I don't know. I just realized I haven't drank water in like an hour, so excuse me while I read chat and drink water. I feel like just making it its own title, not related to the current COD, would help them manage it how the Warzone players want and leave our multiplayer zombies alone without its influence. I'd be curious to know the distinction between that you just laid out and what we have now. Because in my opinion, it is its own game. Like, the engine is the same. And I can see it being a problem if every single year they do another like overhaul. To me though, Omni movement was really the big thing that like this engine added to Warzone, or changed about Warzone, I should say. But like the whole the issue of like Warzone 2.0 influencing a lot of the issues with the rest of MW2, that's not really the case anymore. Like I really don't I don't and I could be wrong. Let me know like if you have like a concrete like point over there example of it. But like what design decisions are being made in Warzone that are then being carried over into multiplayer or into zombies at this point? You can argue maybe armor in zombies, although armor has been around in zombies now for, was it in BO4? It was definitely in Cold War. It's been in the game for a long ass time. I don't like armor, but that is a core piece of the gameplay at this point. That isn't something that they just like recently added or anything. I'd be curious because I feel like those days are over for the most part. The only thing that I don't like, perks are completely separate in Warzone. The weapons carry forward. What I would love to see out of Warzone is for them to just pick an engine like BO6. Maybe BO6 is a great engine, like movement and gameplay wise, and then just exist on that engine, but have your own perks and class system, and pick and choose what they want to fill that sandbox with of all those games. And it just exists over here, and you can change up ADS speeds and sprint out and all that completely independently, as if it's a separate game, but it just exists on a branch of it, of a Call of Duty. I think a big part of it is like a technical reason why they can't do a lot of stuff, because they're trying to avoid the first Warzone, which was this weird amalgam of like 70 fucking or 3 different Call of Duty games and 300 weapons and pieces of equipment that apparently just like could not. It was a fucking house of cards, supposedly. So I don't know. We'll see what they end up doing with that, but content was cut from the campaign and a ton of other things. It was obvious. What was cut from the BO6 campaign? The only thing about the BO6 campaign that doesn't, the ending could I think there could have been a final mission to the campaign. That said, I don't hate how it ended. I thought that it ramped up pretty well. My only gripe is that like they literally said like the attack's happening in DC, but then we don't actually go there. We don't see any of that. That's the only bit of the campaign that feels a little bit like to me. With MW3, I mean, like half of that shit was cut seemingly, but with BO6, I don't know, it felt pretty complete to me. So like if this game gets a campaign expansion, It says Saddam Hussein gonna be in it. If not, then why is he in the trailers at all? Just to get a cameo. I guess so. Yeah. I mean, why was Ronald Reagan in the Cold War trailers? You know, it's that same thing. Like, they just kind of like find these cameo characters of like real life to throw them in there. I think also he was probably in the trailer to like denote this is the time period. Like it's very easy to like, you know, you see JFK and you're like, oh, 60s. You see Saddam Hussein and you're like, okay, we're in the 90s, Middle East, you know. Armor was introduced in Cold War. I thought it was all the way back in World War II. I thought it had armor, and even before then, BO2 introduced the riot shield on your back, which is really like the predecessor to armor and all of that. So like you can trace it back to there, if you really wanted to get deep with it. But let's see. I think in recent years, a lot of the content and mechanics of Warzone have bled into zombies, especially armor is the big one. I think shields were better. I disagree with that. Score streaks are really bad too. I actually like the Cold War zombies a lot, but I can't deny it made zombies feel a completely different game than any zombies before. 100%, I'm with you there. Where I'm where I think we diverge is what I'm saying is that was absolutely an issue with Warzone 1, right? Cold War, everything that you described was brought in Cold War, right? Armor, score streaks, all of that. But that was Warzone 1. Warzone 2, starting with Warzone 2, also did that. It was a very similar issue to what you're talking about, except instead of it going into zombies, a lot of that shit went over into multiplayer. Sucked. They course corrected for that, I think, in MW3. And that going forward now, there is nothing like in Warzone that is carrying forward, like nothing new, right? They did that in the past, and now, like it or not, that is the core of what zombies is, right? Armor and score streaks and shit like that. But maybe this is kind of a moot point because they really haven't changed anything to Warzone. They haven't really like added a whole bunch, but like, what is the last thing from Warzone to get added into BO6? You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know what they haven't fucking added anything. I mean, look at this fucking roadmap. There's 2 perks being added, but those 2 perks aren't being added, you know, into BO6. Like when they introduced different vests, let's say, and I think that was Warzone 2.0 still. Those vests didn't find their way into zombies or anything like that. There was a hard cutoff there. I feel like that hard cutoff has happened. They've turned off the valve, but everything that's already come through is already through and is already ingrained in the systems that make up zombies. You know, it's already there. It's already diluted. But I think that spout is shut. I don't think any more stuff is coming through. You know what I mean? Yeah. That I don't know if that made any sense. I'm not like necessarily like arguing with you or anything. I just don't. I think that problem is something that is being remedied. You know, I think that is a problem that happened in the past that we're getting through already. I feel like a build a season stream could be a good idea. Ooh, build a season's good. I like that. You know what? I think I might merge that with what did I write down before? Build a BO6 game. BO season. Maps plus guns plus other stuff. That'll be interesting because I'll have to draw upon older stuff. Can I write the Coliseum area from Avalon as a multiplayer map, like a Montreal? Man, it's a double-edged sword because there's a lot of really cool stuff on that Avalon map, but you can't just keep making Avalon maps. I mean, maybe you can. I mean, two of these 3 are on Avalon. Um. All right, let me scroll up, lad. I feel like I haven't read a lot of your comments, and I gotta I gotta catch up. Um. They couldn't be asked to AI generate more camos each week, I guess. The chat GPT fee must cost too much. Man, I don't want new camos every week. I talked about it in the video. Camos just don't do it for me. I need something that actually changes gameplay. I can't just grind for a camo forever. I wish people trash this season as much as they did MW2 Season 2 because they have the same amount of modes, maps, and weapons. Let me pull up MW2 Season 2 roadmap. Was this the one with Dome? Oh, this is... That's not what I typed in. Oh, because I didn't type MW2. That's why. Dude, what if one of these blog posts streams, I just open up a different game and I go through it all just like straight faced? Oh my god, this is the Valderas Museum one. Yeah, that shit's crazy. I liked this one. Again, I'm a modes guy. I liked this one because they just like threw a bunch of party modes at us. You know, this one was bad. For sure. I want to be a standalone so we could get things like the EX1 BP50 Moore's Bow without them adding them to games where they don't fit. Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting idea. Kind of like COD Mobile. I think what would happen is kind of what happens with COD Mobile now. Every time they like announce something new for COD Mobile, it's always like, hey, that's cool. I wish it was in the game I played, though. Like if they added the BAL 27 to Warzone, imagine that MW3 doesn't exist, but like if they just today announced BAL 27 is coming to Warzone, there'd be so many people like, what the fuck? I want to use it in multiplayer. So it's tough. I get that. I don't know. There might be a way. Like, it would be cool if every season maybe like there was like, hey, we're releasing 5 new classic weapons. Like there's probably a way of marketing it, but I don't know, man. It's one of those damned if they do, damned if they don't. Warzone Mobile gave us a ton of BO2, 3. Oh, that's actually kind of what I'm talking about, sort of like hey, here's a bunch of BO2 weapons or something. I think in recent years, a lot of the content and mechanics in Warzone have bled. Oh, I read that already. Jeez, I'm who's on a treadmill now? The thing for me was all the marketing. What's that Cerberus logo? They don't say the truth lies once Mount Rushmore wasn't there. Yeah, man, that same shit happened back in Cold War, and I talked about it a lot then. Of like this, the marketing is not going to match the game at all. I hate that as well. But that was like. That was the point of like what I was constantly saying about this game of like lower your expectations, because like going back to watch like Cold War's marketing, it was so different than what the game actually ended up being, and the same exact thing happened with BO6. Like the Mount Rushmore thing wasn't real. That didn't happen. You know, none of that whole like conspiracy theory shit was really all that important or crazy. I see what you're saying. I guess I just wanted to go back to the only way I could see that happening is if it was completely detached. I think you're right, though. That is what it is now. Yeah, I definitely when it comes to zombies, I'm like a simple purist. That's not. I want zombies to go back to like BO2 levels of shit. Like, I don't like score streaks. Honestly, I don't even like armor. I don't want that shit. I was saying I briefly talked about it before of like I wish they would bring in like a classic mode. They got rid of a lot of that because to me there's just like too much of that shit. I don't like the rarity shit. I think it just overcomplicates. I don't know. And a lot of that stuff did come from Warzone. I think at this point though, it's too late. It is what it is exactly. The new camos thing made more sense if you read what was above it. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, above it, they said they were going to take their time with events and make them super high quality, only for them to be the same event. Did they say that? Wait. Hold on. And I know I'm bringing up World War II for like the 50th time. They had the Leprechaun Hunt Mosh Pit, which you can still play today, by the way. Oh, I didn't even know that. That's fucking awesome. They said they'd have fewer events than MW3 to focus on the quality, but it doesn't seem that way. Oh, yeah, I did not know that. Yeah, I will say the quality of the rewards in the events are better. I said this in the other video. I like unlocking attachments and perks and even weapons through events more than I liked what you actually earned through events back in MW3, which was just fucking calling cards and camos. I was like, I didn't like that. I was okay with that though because like you had weeklies and that's where AMPs were and I think some weapons were also in there. I can't fully remember now, but like you had that secondary thing. I like what you unlock through events better than in MW3, but I don't like how you do it. I mean, I guess I like how you do it a little bit better because in MW3, most of them were XP based. Here, at least, like there's some that are XP based, some that are like token based or something. I just don't like the token thing, man. Hey, I appreciate you, Butley Fart Crack. It was the first time I've read your name, and I love it. Let's see. What do you think is the most forgotten equipment throughout all of COD? As much as I hate to say it, Willie Pete. The Willie Pete was just a different name, though, for a smoke grenade, right? How did it interact different? I can't even remember now. I think you mentioned Flare later, though. Flare is definitely the answer. Flare, or like if are we counting field upgrades? Because like there's some like really forgettable field upgrades in like 2019 or MW22, like the weapon drop one or loadout drop. That's pretty fucking forgettable. Although because it exists in Warzone, it's less forgettable. But they did damage upon exploding smoke. Oh, okay. I forgot about that, I guess. The C4 ever since it got nerfed in 2019. But everyone knows about C4, though. I don't think it's forgettable. Let me see. My stream isn't set up to show you guys my console right now. But let me just look through equipment quick. Because I'm sure there's some that I'm missing right now. Thermo grenade. Let's see. Spy cam. The fucking spy cam, dude. Does the serum from World War II count? I don't even know what that is. Oh, was that the stim? The stim shot thing that they added? They said during next. Yeah, I guess I forgot about that or didn't know that at the time. Yeah, there also hasn't actually been that fewer events. Like if you line up events in World War or either in this game and MW3 side by side, there's like so far. MW3 is still winning in terms of the amount of events, but they're only winning by like 2. And that's only because they split the boys event into 3 different events. Like they're pretty 1-to-1 right now, quantity-wise. Oh, it was included in a perk. Interesting. Anyway, I guess that's about where I feel like we're winding down a little bit here. Like I said, I'm looking forward to the season, mostly because it's something new. Excuse me. We're looking forward to the zombies map, and also some of these weapons. The thing is, so like I said, it's a B- to me. With where COD is right now in terms of like people falling off the game, they really need an A. Like, I don't know if this is going to be enough to bring a ton of people back. We'll see. It definitely is not going to bring the Warzone crowd back. So that's already a giant chunk. I think they're just banking on that, on Verdansk in Season 3. We'll have to see. But, yeah. What about Forgotten Perks? Not zombies, but MP in Warzone. Forgotten Perks. Eavesdrop. Let you listen in on the game chat of the other team. COD 4, I think. It might have been World at War. Can't remember now. I feel like that's usually the go-to. I've been thinking about making videos like that. So, I have a new video coming out tomorrow that I have to finish after this, so I should probably wrap this stream up. But I have a new video coming out tomorrow. The following week will be the tours, finally, for this. I haven't made a tour in, like, a month, or it might be closer to 2 and change months, I think, at this point. Whatever the fuck my Hacienda tour was. I'm going to make a tour of these maps for next week. Then I have 2 new videos that are kind of like a new-ish style that I'm trying out. And if they do well, which I think they will, because it's very similar, actually, to the events video I did. But anyway, if they do well, I have a ton of ideas very similar to, like, this, like the most forgotten perks thing that I want to try. Like, going through some COD history kind of stuff. But not, like, I don't know. COD history in terms of, like, how we remember them, Yeah. Oh, we want to talk about Forgotten Perks. What about Team Player from DS? Oh, my God. Forgotten Perks, not Forgotten Games, man. Whatever that one Shades perk in World War II reduced the effects of the flares. Oh, my God. Forgotten Equipment and Forgotten Perk. I wonder if Warzone hurt COD more than it helped, or what direction it pushed Activision. I don't know. I mean, unless we develop a way of seeing alternate dimensions and alternate timelines, we'll never really know. The thing is, Warzone is the only thing that, like, I shouldn't say it's the only thing, but, like, Warzone in 2019, that was, like, the peak of Call of Duty. A lot of that had to do with the pandemic, for sure. By the way, every time that I put my hand up like this, I got to make sure that I rotate my hand, because I'm very conscious of that all of a sudden. If anyone's opened fucking Twitter in the last 48 hours. Anyway, I don't know, like, it's a blessing and a curse, Warzone, because they really, really, like, neglected some other modes for Warzone, and they just don't know what, like they don't know how to do that balancing act properly, and, like, it's a job that I'm not envious of, because, like, there's so much to balance in the game, especially now that, like, they tamped down the amount, there's no more ground war, there's no more DMZ or, like, raids or anything. And Warzone is just BR now. Like, they're not even juggling, like, lockdown and shit. It's a lot to juggle, even for fucking 7,000 devs or whatever crazy number people make up that we're out at by now. But I don't know. I hope that they can figure it out, but we'll see. Right now, Warzone's getting the shit end of the stick. Zombies getting the opposite of the shit end of the stick, and multiplayer's kind of in the middle. And like, let me tell you, that's gonna just keep fluctuating. You know, one year multiplayer is gonna get dog shit. Actually, you know what? Really good case in point. Right now, ranking wise, from most shitty to least shitty is Warzone multiplayer Zombies. Zombies is eating good. But if you go back last year, Zombies was on the shit end, and then was Warzone in the middle, and then above that was multiplayer. Multiplayer was getting a fuck ton. It always fluctuates. And so right now we're in a shit spot for Warzone. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. The regular companies develop both the COD games and Warzone, don't they? The regular companies. As far as I'm aware, right now the split is Raven Software is fully in charge of Warzone. I shouldn't say fully in charge because no studio isn't fully in charge of anything. It all comes down to Papa Activision, right? But Raven Software is running the day-to-day, is running the actual Warzone game. Whereas Treyarch and Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer, they're off on their own. And then you got like Beanox and a bunch of other fucking places, all over the place. Previously, Toys for Bob, although I think they're RIP at this point. Eavesdrop could technically be an early version of Signaler, since it allows you to hear enemy chat. Bit of a stretch, but I like it. I'll stretch with you there. Warzone also screwed over microtransactions because how do you price cosmetics when you make your money from free to play while also providing value for paid players? That's a really, really good point. What they should do is like provide some kind of a discount. Honestly, it should be like a 50% discount if you own the game. That's the only way to justify $30 bundles in a game that you already spent $70 on. That said, though, if they were to do that, that's just going to enable them to raise prices further. But we'll see. I mean, that probably isn't going to happen. But yeah, they should do what Bethesda did with Elder Scrolls Online and give them their own studio who only does that. Yeah, I mean that's basically what they had. Yeah. Okay, so they did. Yeah. Yeah, and for what it's worth, Raven has like historically been pretty good. Truthfully, what I'm pretty sure is going on right now is that they were going to save Verdansk until the next mainline release, COD 2025. But because of the numbers dropping off, they probably got some kind of a directive saying, hey, we need to get this ASAP. We need to get it in this game. And so then they targeted Season 3, which meant that everyone's deadlines got moved up probably a few months to get it done for Season 3. And so because everyone's deadlines got moved up, whatever content they were working on, they were pulled off of and put onto Verdansk, which is why we got no fucking content here. Because everyone is nose down grinding on Verdansk right now. That would be my guess as to what's going on right now and why, like, even though they have a whole dedicated team, it seems like there's nothing coming out of it. It's probably all Verdansk. If we want to talk about cut perks, that I wish made it. Grave Robber from 2019 was cut. You still attachments some dropped weapons. Oh, that's so interesting. I kind of liked. I don't want this necessarily in a BR setting. But in Blackout, how you could pick up attachments off the ground, I thought something like that would be interesting in DMZ, or like a similar mode, Spec Ops raids, zombies. You find them in loot boxes or just like around the map. You attach shit. I think it'd be cool. I want to see the Black Hat come back for COD 2025. Ooh, Black Hat was good. I wonder how they could balance it. I feel like if it could be balanced properly, they wouldn't do it. But I feel like so many people were mad back in the day, but I think a lot more people will be mad here if you spent the entire game fucking getting a chopper gunner or whatever and then gets stolen from you. Find it kind of funny. I find it kind of sad. They tried to copy Fortnite OG with Verdansk, and right before they bring it back, Fortnite makes OG permanent. I wonder if Acti will follow suit. I don't know. Activision seems allergic to making anything permanent. And I wonder how much of that has to do with like the overwhelming feedback they've gotten in the past about file sizes. Like, I wonder if that's why we can't have like Urzikstan and Al-Mazrah in rotation, because something with file size. Although, like, Al-Mazrah exists and Vondel exists on the MW2 package for DMZ, so I don't know how much faith to put in that. I'm talking out my ass here. I haven't done research, but yeah. All right. I think that's about where I'll end today's stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, new video coming out tomorrow, probably later in the day, because I do still have to finish it, but it'll be out maybe like 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time would be my guess. And then I'll see you guys back here on Tuesday for the stream, for streaming all this shit, seeing if we were right about all of this. And then shortly after that will be an accurate tour of all of this. And then, yeah, and we just kind of keep on keeping on. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, sharing your opinions, and keeping me company. It's cold outside. I'm snowed in. Oh, I didn't mention that. I'm snowed in right now. I live in the fucking South. We got 4 inches of snow. I'm stuck. It's cold. Anyway, that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!